What's up, everybody? Mike here, and welcome to part 1 of my walkthrough series for Elden Ring Shadow of the Erdtree. And this is intended to be a 100% walkthrough. Now, keep in mind, much like the base game, the DLC will have NPC quest lines that will have a few options what you can do. So, therefore, you will not be able to get, every item from the NPC quest lines per se, because you have to make a certain decision. I'm gonna have to do a new playthrough to make the opposite decision to get that, so just bear that in mind as well. But before even getting to that, with even jumping into, I want to talk about how to even start the DLC. So obviously, if you've already bought it and got it installed, make sure you got it installed. Make sure the game is properly updated, whether you're on PC or console. Now, I don't know if Xbox players were having the same problem, but I know PS5 players were when it came to access to DLC. So the NPC right here, if you're not seeing this NPC to talk to at all, that is a problem. All right, we're here in the cocoon of the everything where Moog is found, a defeated Moog. Make sure you've already defeated Moog here. The other prerequisite is make sure that you've taken care of Radon over here as well. All right, make sure you beat Radon, and then you essentially unlock this and defeat Moog. Now, like I said, if you're not seeing this NPC here to talk to, then that means you need to restart your PS5. I'm not sure if this is a... Now, if you don't see this NPC to talk to first, to get into the DLC, this is Letta, then you need to restart your PS5. I don't believe PC's having this issue, and I don't know if Xbox players having this issue, but if you guys are, restart your system. Then load the game back in, and you should see this NPC to talk to so we can enter into the DLC. So we'll talk to exhaust dialogue. Not gonna go into this. And sorry about that. Controller issues because I have drift issues. But exhaust dialogue. Alright. Now we're gonna enter the DLC. Alright, and here we are. So, in case you're wondering, I'm using my original build, basically, I did for a first playthrough. This is the first character I've ever played and beaten Elden Ring with. And we're here at the Gravesite Plain. Enter here. Obviously, need to unlock the map. We're going to first focus on getting a map fragment here for the first area, region. I will showcase how to get the second map fragment for next region, and also I want to show you guys early on how to get Erdtree fragments, so that way you can be at a good decent power level early on, because honestly, even though they're optional, I feel they're very vital to your success and survivability in this expansion, because these enemies do hit hard. They are punishing. All right, but first, obviously, when we get inside of Grace here. But yeah, back to what I was talking about my build. In case you're wondering, this is a samurai mage hybrid build, basically. So I will be utilizing sorcery spells mixed in with my dual katanas here, Rivers of Blood and Moonveil katana for the time being. I will be showcasing how to get, weapons and other stuff here too. Like I said, it's intended to be a 100% walkthrough. So... Go and turn. Now, let's go ahead and get to this. Actually, why is that 2 there? I just realized. Okay, fix that. Anyway. Now, we're not going to focus on fighting any enemies if we can help it. Trying to avoid all bosses for the time being. Just want to unlock the map, unlock certain things in the map. First being the map fragment here. You'll find right here. Okay. All right, there we go. And look at all that space here. So now this is like where the first main boss is. We're not gonna go there, at least to fight. We're gonna go probably right outside of it to get one of the Erdtree fragments like that. So yeah, Just be ready for that. All right, so now I have taken the liberty of marking where the first roughly 5 of these scatter tree fragments should be. So please take note of this. You know, pause the video if you need to. So the first one should be here, or at least in this general direction or area. And the second one's going to be over here, towards this main place here, called Bellerot Tower Settlement. That's going to be where the first main boss is. We're not going to mess with that just yet. And then going over this way. Now, I was double checking my notes here. There should be one right here. I marked this 4 just in case it's like I got to figure out, maybe finagle a bit to go either under, or it might be from an enemy. But I believe, yeah, there should be one there. But number 3 will be over here in Castle Insis. And then the 5th one is going to be further down south over here. Okay. So we'll be going down south there. So I'll be showing you guys where to get these. No issues at all. All right. And this is from, like I said, where we're at right now, from getting the map fragment in the early part of the area here of the region. Okay. We're not going to worry about the giant fire golem. We will pick up this site of grace. Alright. Something also to note, real quick, that I believe to be a case for the scatter trees, where also they're at these potted enemies. Enemies holding pots here, right? Take out this guy first before he leaves. Alright, you want to take out this guy, and boom. Scatter tree blessing. Technically, this could be your first one. You gotta make sure you pay attention, though, to these, you know, these, like, dark spirit enemies that carry a pot on top of their head. Make sure you pay attention to them. I didn't necessarily mark on the map because I was trying to make sure I didn't mess it up, because I thought that was a maybe, like, wait, yeah, that probably should be one. So, yeah, there we go. First one right there. Don't have to stick around for the rest of these enemies and get the hell out. Try not to die like I am about to. Or kill him. If you can honestly get to the side of grace right here without any issue, you'll be good. There we go. So technically that could be your first one, guys. Just to bear in mind that it was over here. All right. Right in this little area on the map. Okay. So that's already one, right? The reason I marked the other ones, though, because those are going to be at, like, sites of graces, crosses of Miquella, basically. Now this guy, not trying to aggro him, you will aggro him, and I see that's what happens when you aggro him. I will need to reallocate my flask, though, to 10 instead of having to be at 8. Alright, so over here. And while you're over here, you will want to talk to these NPCs. But this is going to be scatter tree fragment you'll pick up here. Sadly, this will be your first one if you didn't get the one I just got earlier a bit ago. Obviously, unlock the set of grace here. And that thing keeps coming, so I'm gonna rest. Reset it. You see here we got Shadow Realm Blessing we can do. I'm not going to touch it yet because I want to showcase how much you'll level up when you have all these collected early game. The first, like, essentially 12 or so. Alright, we'll talk to this NPC. Exhaust dialogue.
Oh, did you speak? If you've yet to find more, if assuming you would.
Alright. We'll go talk to this NPC.
Then would understand.
He'll give you a map
Miquella, these are, I urge you, as long as you...
Give you a cross map. This is the first cross map you'll get in the game. It'll sort of be like a guide in a sense of where to go in the DLC.
As long as you...
Alright. Next, we are going to head to... So that's taken care of. I'm going to head over here. Now, like I said, trying to avoid fighting enemies as much as possible, only when necessary. And we're not fighting any bosses yet. Essentially trying to get you guys prepared to take on this DLC, much like in the base game. Here we go. Scout tree fragment obtained. It was right here. I'll talk to NPC.
You must be the time I am ans, but now
We saw his dialogue.
to discern. I'd rather make six crop. They are kin. If you discover, be certain.
Obviously, I'm skipping because I've already done this, but I would advise you to make sure you listen to and read what they say. A lot of the story is told through NPCs dialogue.
Hello there. Together. Many things.
You talk to this NPC, you can buy certain stuff from him if you'd like. I would highly recommend getting pretty much stuff that's like not infinite amount of quantity. So get this, the sealed spirit springs. This will help. Not resin. Basically crafting stuff. You'll want to get crafting materials. If you got enough to buy all this stuff now, get it all now. Highly recommend it. And get rune arcs as well. Alright?
Goodbye.
Now, if you have this set on, which I highly recommend, the new quality of life feature here, which shows all your new items you just got and recent tabs. When you go to inventory, it will show all the new stuff you get here. The particular item I want to go to and showcase is the sealed spirit springs. Alright, so make sure you read this, because this essentially lets you know that there are certain spirit springs that are sort of like sealed away or whatever, and you gotta essentially go and hit these like rocks or whatever. I'll showcase later on when it comes to that, and essentially to unlock them to use, and they're very valuable to help with vertical traversing this DLC. So basically, since you chance upon a sealed spirit spring, you'll look for a stack stones nearby. By toppling them, sorry, you may break the seal. So yeah, sealed spirit spring, like rocks, basically. All right. And then to make this a bit easier, you can just go ahead and fast travel back over here. Now, on to the next one. Now, like I said, this is a possibility. Might be an enemy that you have to kill, plot thing, but for sure the third one's here. If this is not, you know, fourth one, but yeah, let's go ahead. I made it in my notes about it, like, yeah, there's a possible enemy you need to kill here. Be careful, though, going across this bridge. There are enemies that will essentially try to shoot you down. There is not a trebuchet, but a different kind of like sort of cannon of sorts. Like these items along the way. A ballista, not cannon of sorts, it's ballista. Sorry. So right here is... Yep, statue fragment. Okay, so it wasn't an enemy, it was just a statue here. My apologies. So yeah, it was a statue. I thought it might have been an enemy, I just didn't mark it right appropriately. So yeah, this technically would be the third one that you would get. And I can't show you the map right yet because enemies are gonna be annoying. Get away! Heal these enemies. There we go. Yeah, so that will be actually the true third one that you'll get. And this will be the fourth one, technically. Let's go ahead and get this side of grace unlocked. Okay. It's getting right here on the map, just to show you guys. And then we're going to go in here. We are not going to fight this guy. We could collect this along the way. The Grace Mimic. Not going to fight this guy. Not even going to fully do this yet. Just trying to get through here to the Scatter Tree fragment. That's it. I will fully explore this area in another video later on. No, not through there. Alright, so go around this guy. Ow, try not to die. Let's get the side of grace first to reset. Okay. Rest. Alright. Here we go. Rested here. Side of grace right in here, okay? Right at that spot. Now, first thing, pick this up. This is Castle Cross message. Alright, very important. That you get this. Examine it. Message left by Needled Knight Letta, addressed to kindred spirits who also pursue Miquella's trail. Behind Miquella seeks the tower sealed by shadow and the gate of divinity found there. If we are to reach him, we must burn the tree that seals the path. And for what we require, a flame. It's a little lore, detailed hint, things like that. Then you go over here and pick up the Scatter Tree fragment. And boom, you're good to go. And that was the fourth one, technically. Now, we're going to go down here to get the fifth one. Well, technically sixth one, we picked up the one early on, technically. So, let's go fast show back here. All right. Don't mind me. I went the wrong way at first. It's easy to get lost in this game. No lie. Go ahead and pick this up. Swift Spear is a weapon you can get very early on. Right here. Let me move along here. So these guys. Yeah, Swift Spear will be roughly around here. Along the way to get down here, right? Okay, so now get another cross, side of grace. Let's go ahead, Grab it. Scout tree fragment, baby. So technically that's number 6 or number 5, depending if you got the one from earlier. All right, we're halfway done. And this is where Site of Grace is at too, for this as well. So that's so far how many Sites of Graces, right? We got the one at the beginning, Scorched Ruins, the 3-path cross Redman. Wait a minute, why did we not get this one? I did not pick that one up. There's supposed to be Site of Grace over here too, and I did not pick it up for some reason. I'll do that in a second. Castle Front in Castle Incest Checkpoint. Let me go back here and get that Site of Grace. I thought I picked it up. That's my mistake. Sorry. There we go. And got it. Unlocked. That way, we will need to come back here later on to take care of this first, like, major dungeon and boss in here and explore this thoroughly. But yeah. Alright, so now I've marked the next 2 locations for scattered tree fragments. There should be one here that you'll find. And then there's going to be another one over here. Alright, I'll showcase how to get to them both respectively. Like I said, if you need to, pause the video. Mark these on your in-game map as well while you're playing. Alright, let's ride. Nope, wrong direction. This is all to prepare you to be strong. The scattered tree fragments will increase your attack, damage output, and as well help with damage reduction. Another thing to keep in mind too, and we'll touch on this actually in a bit. Actually, I'll come back to that later. Don't go that way. There we go. Yep. And want to head down this road. Go collect these. That's fine. I'm like stacked on arrows. You're gonna go in here. Church of Consolation. Boom. There's 2 more scattered tree fragments. 2 more that she's picked up. So technically you should be at 8 now. Alright? 8 total scattered tree fragments. Just from this one, like, the 2 extra from this one spot here. Okay? Now, let's go get this one. So, from Main Gate Cross, alright, Site of Grace, we're gonna go down south, basically. Should see this sort of edge line, sort of edge path here, cliff path. Keep going. Ignore the bats. Bats are not important. Gonna pick up the Site of Grace. Rest here to reset. Okay. Just so you know, there you go. With that Site of Grace location. That is Cliff Road Terminus. Terminus. It's like terminals. Brain fart. Now, going to continue down the road here. There should be an enemy with a pot on his head. Yep, there he is. Kill him. Try not to die. As I'm trying not to die. Get on your horse and get the hell out. That's number 9. You're at 9 already. All right. 3 more at least to go. Let's go ahead. It's here. There we go. Now, at this point, if you want to, you can, use an upgrade. I'm gonna take these off. Up to you. The next focus is we have to essentially unlock the next map fragment. All right, which should be this. This is gonna be a little bit of a tricky way to go to there, because the normal main path, critical path, is to go through Castle Insis and take care of the second main boss of this DLC and get through it that way. But there's an alternate path I'm going to show you. So we're going to go to Castle Front Site of Grace next. All right, and we're going to follow a path, an alternate route path, to essentially get around, like skip Castle Insidious. I keep mispronouncing it. Sorry. Insis. I don't know why I said Insidious. All right. Stick to the left side. Words are never my biggest strong suit, so don't mind me if I mispronounce stuff. I don't mean to. But here we go. We're gonna go down this way. Don't worry, you should be fine. Heal if you need to. Okay. And where is... There it is. Alright. Smooth sailing still. Go ahead and pick this up. Find the bats. Don't worry about that yet. We'll go across here. Up. We'll be fine there. Go up. All right, you see that, right? So this is what I was talking about earlier with the sealed spirit springs. Okay. So gonna go around and to here, destroy this. Wait a minute. There we go. Now that's destroyed. Now you can use that. Boom, baby. There'll be another one here you want to use as well. to get the Skadu Atlas. Go ahead and pick up this site of grace. Not gonna fight any enemies here. Not worry about this guy. This place, I'll do a full, you know, walkthrough of later on. Obviously in a future episode of the walkthrough. This is just to get the scatter trees mainly right now. Go ahead, pick up the side of grace at least though. Make this easier. Drop down, try not to die. We're leaving this area. Oh. That guy really wants me. Wow. We're gonna get this side of grace. And rest here. I know it's gonna hurt. Tuck and roll. Tuck and roll. Anyway. Rest again if you need to heal up. I want to refresh, but yeah. Alright, now. So we've unlocked 3 sites of grace here, right? This is Fort of Reprimand. We just got to. Okay? And we're basically gonna head to get this map fragment before we get to the next scatter tree fragment, right? Don't mind the dragon, just go right by it. Try not to aggro it at all. Just go around it, whichever direction is best. It might be on your right side, it might be on your left. It was on my left mostly, so I'm going to the right side. You see there's a golem in the distance. I know I keep saying this, but just a reminder, this is all without really fighting any enemies. Barely any enemies. No bosses. All to get powerful, right? Okay, here is the second map fragment. Bam. There we go. And that is to the second region here. All right. Freaking fantastic, right? Now, the next scatter tree fragment should be over this way. Around here, right? Take this off, actually. So, from here, head down. All right, from the map fragment piece we collected, heading down here. Not gonna worry about those enemies. We got another cross. Unlock this side of grace as well. You didn't aggro anybody, great. And bam, scatter tree fragment obtained. Making it a total of 10. Okay? Now, I believe there's one over here. And there should be one over here as well. Mark that. Yep, here we are. That's 11. And now we're going to head to the side of grace you would get if you go through the main critical path with the second sort of dungeon slash second main boss. It's right outside of it after you complete it. So here we are. And that should have us at 12. Now, also want to pick this up. This is Monk's Missive. May the best win. All right. This is part of a sort of a mini like side quest thing to unlock a new weapon type. I will go into that later though, but this is important. Focus on this later. You got this emote. You'll need to use this emote in order to do it. Okay. Unlock the side of grace here. Once again, side of grace and another scatter tree fragment obtained. Awesome, right? Go ahead, exhaust this.
Did you meet my compatriots? They're quite the doubtless, were it not this, the word.
Exhaust dialogue. You can ask about the silent monk.
Oh, that man he's been in this, he might be, so there's no call.
Exhaust dialogue. Obviously, listen to it if you just your first playthrough.
Oh, that man, he's been in this, he might be, so there's no
Okay,
call.
making sure.
Been acquainted for perhaps one. Wondering if true enough. Long ago, a cleansing. It's no wonder that aside, and in this route, they will never say it just happens, but it's still a wreck.
There we go. You can talk to this NPC again.
For time, I found.
It gives you a new cross map. All right. And like I said, you can go to inventory, check out new items here. Make sure you read on all the new stuff so you understand it. You had your first cross map. That's like helping you with the main path, where to go, and the new one as well. Okay. Now let's showcase how powerful we get with the scatter tree fragments. We have 12, right? So we use one at first, and it makes us use two. We're up to 5. We're up to 6. And we're basically got to 6 now. That's with freaking getting 12. Now, I still have one left, right? We're gonna get at least 1 to 2 more by going up this way. Now it's just the first 12, right? We can get more. You're gonna notice the huge difference in your survivability and damage output. Mind you, also, I would highly recommend whatever build you're going for, utilize Dragon Crest, Great Shield Talisman. Enormously boosts physical damage negation. Alright? It's going to help out a lot. Don't worry about that. Let's see, where is it? It's a freaking golem being a pain. He will destroy stuff though, which kind of makes it a bit easier. But you do have to be careful. Unlike I'm being, so that'll happen to you. Not careful, you'll die just like that, alright? Not a super big deal if you do. Not a super big deal, all right? Don't stress it. But do gotta be quick. I messed up on this as well when I did it on the Let's Play live stream series, so it's kind of annoying to deal with when you're trying to get this stuff. Hold on. Where's my stuff at? There it is. There we go. But if you're quick enough. Boom. Got it. You're good. And ideally you want to get 13 rather than 12 because of you just use, you know, a scattered Erdtree. I said scattered Erdtree. Wow. Scattered tree fragment. Use one initially to upgrade, then you keep using 2. So really 13 is what you really want to get you a really good start in this expansion. There you go. And now you're at 7, level 7 of this. And I think that's a good part to leave off at end here for this first episode. Sorry if it was a little too lengthy and whatnot, but I'll try to be more conscious of this. The walkthrough episodes will be on average probably like up to 30 minutes to between an hour at most. I'll try to be real efficient with how I try to edit these out going forward, things like that. But hopefully it was helpful to you guys, and stay tuned for the next episode.